Jet. Hey, baby. Hey, good morning, everybody. Live here for the open. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. Merry Christmas, everybody. So it's Christmas Eve day. Going to be a short day today. Closing at 1 o'clock. So at this point, just kind of look and see what's going on. I've got a couple items on the 15 orb list. I've got Tesla, right? Tesla had basically they're saying they're cutting prices on their cars in China, and also they're going to be paying tax credits too. So I mean, this is in itself is saying that, right, the covering tax credits. I mean, all this stuff is a big outpouring of money from them. So in terms of solid fundamentals for the company, probably not good. So let's watch the 15 orb on that one. Also, Boeing is interesting because we have the new Secretary of Defense is a former Boeing executive, which kind of gives a little something interesting, right? And also Boeing is looks like there's some good stuff going on in Brazil. Morning, Clayton. Apparently that telephone deal, or I'm sorry, telephone deal, the airplane deal with their competitor down there is getting some relief. So there's that. Good morning, Alan. Merry Christmas. Good to see you. So I'm, basically the game plan today. We have a game plan, of course, is to really at this point just kind of want to watch these orbs. I want to see how the market opens. I'm not planning on doing too much today. We don't really have like a big set of of anchors to look at, right? I mean, we've got the hammers that came from yesterday, but it looks like already a lot of those are being taken out. So we have, Google gave us a big hammer, right? So if we go to our level 2, we can see it's already down to like 980, right? 980, 983. So we're kind of already at that tail end of that anchor. But we'll see if the market catches a bid, right? These ones could be pretty good. I think even Facebook gave a hammer. That was a spinning top, but I mean, you can still trade that to the upside on a break to the upside. Netflix is probably the most affordable of the hammers, and so let's see, our level 2 on that is 242. So the low of this hammer is 242.20. So we're testing the low end of this hammer. So we'll see if it breaks to the downside. Obviously, futures were green this morning, at 4 a.m. and now they're basically super red. So we're at key levels too. We're at 2,400 on the S&P futures, right? We're right around 60.25 at the at the NQ, and then we'll see how the Dow looks too. So gonna be watching these. Obviously, I'm watching McDonald's. Could be interesting. It was a double inside day. I'm willing to take this to the upside or the downside. I do like the idea of a rally, but this market has not been so conducive. Anytime you go long into this stuff, you're taking a contrarian move, So, but I did like how this last wave 5. Remember, McDonald's put in a textbook triangle the other day, A, B, C, D, E, right, and then projected up almost perfectly. And I wish I had caught this earlier, but it projected up almost perfectly to this wave 5 top, right? And so here, right, then that would have been a good place to short, right? Especially 190 area, nice round number. And then we come in here. 50% retracement while the market's going down, and then put in an inside day. Now, this can be interpreted, this inside bar could be interpreted a couple different ways. It could be interpreted as a shooting star, inside shooting star type pattern, shooter. Or, since it's kind of at the downside, it could be looked at as an inverted hammer, which is can be bullish signal. So I'm looking at trading this somewhere around 176 to the upside to try to catch a break of that, and I would look for January calls. I would look for the 185 calls on that. They're about $1. So, and if it comes up here from the lows, they might be up to $1.50 or something like that. But it would be nice to see, at least if this could be like an A wave, so we could be looking at A, B, C, or, right, it could have been wave 1 down from the top, so wave 1, and at which point you'd be looking for a big retracement of wave 2 to the upside. So either way, it could bounce here. If not, if it takes the inside day down, we could be seeing back down to the 61.8%. Retracement, which coincidentally fills the gap, right? The earnings gap. So definitely willing to trade this one both ways depending on how it goes. So yeah, Morning, Glenn. Good to see you. Yeah. So, Paul, that's a great way to look at it too. So, this could be giving a really good buy opportunity with these gapping down. What I didn't like though is how the futures were really, really green. I mean, they were super up this morning. Um, that's kind of one of the only things that disturbed me about there. So we'll see, but it's hanging. Look at that; it's hanging right there on that multi-year support. So we'll see how that holds. Right. Obviously, it tested below the 6,000 level. Right, here we go. There goes the bell. So, but we don't panic right into the open, right? Because we're waiting for that first 15 minutes. So, just waiting for the orbs on that and see what goes on. But we could, if I could go ahead and pull up just to see what that option, the Amazon Inside 60 option looks like here. See if it's getting any activity. Watch it go $3, and you'd be like, well, you should have taken it long, bro. But we'll see on that. So, futures are coming up a bit, so that's good. Let's see how Tesla's looking on the 15. See if it's getting any action. Kind of red, right? Not very good news, right, for it. So I had a shooting star there on the 15 too, coming into the open. So let's see how that 15-minute bar holds, if it holds, right? Google. Oh, let me put on those Amazon options, by the way. Let's see how those look. What? Can't find the symbol. Oh, it didn't put the. Oh, I had Tesla in there, so sorry. Okay. So let's go to the 60s. We've got no volume on this option right now. Not many people are buying this call right now. So right now it's doing nothing. Can you do a level 2 on options on this? Oh, that's awesome. So yeah. So right now this option is the bid is 190 to 230. My entry would have been here above this inside 60 over 410. So I can even put an alert on that. Just see, create alert if the ask. I'll just put an alert out on that just to see. But right now it's opened here. The first bid here is at $2 on Amazon. So on these calls, and they're dropping. Not good. Let's see how Amazon stock is looking. It's back to 1350. Looks like it's trying. So see if we could fade up here. If I had this right now, if I were long, I would keep my stop right below there as an absolute, absolute low. Nice hold number right there, and then just slowly, trail that up if it does decide to go. But very risky situation. Let's see what else. Let me get my phone is charging over here. Dun, dun, dun. Some old price alerts coming in. Let's see if anything interesting is going on Twitter. My profile, sorry, 1 second. What's up, Paul? Yeah, so, yeah, we could. I mean, it would be interesting to see this thing go green today. Nice little Santa Claus rally at some point, right? Someone's thinking it might happen somewhere, right? 1 sec. How's the other job? Okay, cool. Just catching up there. See if anything new and interesting is coming out there. New thoughts and ideas, that whole thing. So let's see. We're 5 minutes into the open, and Amazon's trying to hold in there. Futures are still red. Let's see. It looks like the Qs though are trying to push up. So this could give us some potential. And let's see. So that's good. Good for Amazon. Let's see how that call was looking. That's right. We can still use that as an anchor. So it is coming up a little bit. At this point, you have a new, point of reference, right? You can use the low of the day, as your stop, if this were to even get close to reclaiming that area. So we can look at the 1500s just to see how they're behaving. Again, I just okay. The Qs just went green, so that's positive. How's Apple doing? I see Apple's down, and Just some news just came out that now China is looking at boycotting Apple. So, yeah, so that's not good news for it. So I don't know what's bringing the Qs up so much. Facebook is green, $2. That was a spinning top, I think. Yeah, so spinning top long. Could have traded that anchor there. It would have been good for a point at that point. So kind of interesting. Apple, Amazon, Netflix is up $2. Let's see if anything else looks interesting. Facebook is coming back in. I'm just not seeing a lot of strength here. Yep, look at that. Futures just knocked down 22 points like instantly. That's awesome. Just got my family's opening an early Christmas gift, so it's pretty funny. Anyway, cool. Let's see. Yeah, just waiting. Let's go back to our 15 orbs, right? Because we don't just jump into anything at the open. And see how Tesla's looking on the 15. Kind of wish you took that shooter low right there, huh? So, but that's Tesla for you. Let's see how Boeing's looking. Boeing's looking pretty positive, so just keep an eye on that one. As Q's futures went red fast. Amazon, it's giving up that hammer pretty quickly.
Can I use this for a picture?
No, can use this one. Yeah, Amazon not looking too good, y'all. It's now in spinning top form on the hourly. Might retest those lows. This is just not good. The bulls tried in the beginning. They tried, but failed. So Facebook would actually be interesting to watch, right? This is actually given a setup, and Netflix too. Don't forget Netflix. So here we could watch this spinning top to see if it takes that to the downside, right? So I'll put an alert there on Facebook, and then Netflix too had a hammer, right? A 60 hammer. It took it up 246, all the way up 250. A good 4 points there, but now we can look for a tail fail on this to see if that happens. So that's cool. Let's see. Let me guess. Tesla's down like 10 points or something like that. So, yeah, I mean, let's see if there was an anchor on Tesla. I can't remember. I thought I looked at it. Yeah, not really. I mean, it would have been tough to trade because we gapped down. So, really, couldn't have used an anchor on Tesla. Not like the other day. That was awesome. So, but here there was a... oh, it was an inside anchor. I didn't even... wait, no, I think it went over by 20 cents. I did check that. So yeah, just never really got into that range even to test it at this point. So that's why 15 orb was good. Well, we'll just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on the 15. It's a huge range, $7 range. So that's more. Yeah. So that's what we got there. So interesting first 5 minutes. Clayton, what's going on, man? We're happy that you made it safely to your destination. So I hope you enjoy your vacation. It's gonna be great. Morning, Shirley. Good to see you. Delasi, how are you? G&W. Yeah, I remember you mentioning G&W. One of these guys, right? So nice move, right? Huge volume, and so now I can just kind of test in. I think we did a pitchfork the other night here, right? And so testing that sort of that median level, right, of that pitchfork. So we'll see exactly how it handles that. Speaking of pitchforks, let's go and just kind of scan through and see how our regular stuff is doing. Let me adjust that setting so we got a little more on the time axis. Let me just do like 50 there so we can get it centered. Let's do 100. Let's do 500. Just kind of put it in the middle there so we can see. Okay, so SPY is really coming right into that pitchfork level very well. So if it's going to bounce, this would be a spot of support here. Let's see, Q broke, definitely broke support there. Like I said last night, I mean, it looks like it's on a trajectory here to hit this reaction line at some point below 140. Facebook, like I said, got a bid there today. Like I said, I think any rally on these is going to be shortable, so keep this in mind. I mean, right, last time it did like a bear flag here, broke down. That's kind of coming up. I would even like to see a retrace of that even coming back in to that final 60 anchor range there, albeit a spinning top. Let's keep an eye on that. We can go green to red potentially on Facebook, especially if it puts like kind of comes up in the next hour or so and then pivots and comes back down. Could be good. Apple is still getting beat up, unfortunately. This is why we honor our stops, right? So remember, I took that one at 40 or 63 cents the other day and stopped out at 64 cents. Took a small profit on it, and like I said, I was feeling bad about it last night, sort of, right? I was like, hey, I missed it, but there'll always be another bust, right? And so it was up this morning. Now it's back down. All good. That's why we stick to our plans, right? All right, we're at 9:41 now at the market, so we'll be checking out some 15 orbs just to see how they look. Amazon, not good. Still staying below that level. I mean, I would imagine if it took out today's lows, this 1335, that we could probably see. And I was asked this morning on Twitter, if we could switch to puts, maybe, right? I mean, so if we take out today's lows, I'm thinking eventually we might hit that 1250, 1275 range right here. So to see if we can find some support here off of a prior pitchfork resistance. So as you recall, we had a triangle, kind of pointed here, broke through that triangle, came up and had to do a new pitchfork as it came back down through the old triangle, right? Sort of just kind of working its way down here. So let's go look at McDonald's. I haven't had a chance to look at that yet. So we are, we talked about that this morning. I would look to go long on this, at 176. I think I've already got an alert on that, but I'm just going to put alert here. So 176, just in case I don't. Yeah, well, apparently I didn't. Good thing I wrote it down. I think I might have had something higher on it, but anyway, so let's see. Here's our pitchfork support, right? So which, if that breaks down, then I would look to short this because that would be an inside day down potential. Did we already take the inside day down? I want to trade it at the open, but let me see. Definitely worth watching here. Yeah, so what would be really cool is if we had a double inside day. That would be even better, right? Because then we can trade this on Wednesday with a defined strategy. Here we've this range of this inside day is really big, but if we get a nice small inside day range day, that would be great. But just keep an eye here, right, on the inside day break to the downside. See if it gets any power. Again, keep in mind, guys, today is Christmas Eve, right? So traditionally not high volume, but again, nothing has been quite traditional with this market in the past couple months, right? So see if I have any other alerts coming in. Not really. All right, we got 1 minute left for the first 15-minute bar to close. So our 15 orbs will be closed in the next minute. So we're getting there on that. Just old alerts. If I had held an old position, I'd be rolling in the dough. But that's what we learned, right? We learned to be patient, right, and to respect our stops, right? So if we're profitable, we take profit, right? If they move, and the trade really works, then we win, right? Because if you think about it, right, day trading, you can't day trade like you're going to make a fortune every single day, right? So, and a lot of people do, and they put too much risk on, they put too much size on, and they think it's going to work out, and then they really get crushed, right? So, if you trade reasonably, within your means, right, within your risk profile, and you know, I'll put another alert on. I think I might take that up too. In your risk profile, yeah, I mean you won't lose a lot, right? That's for sure. The majority of your wins will be small wins, but when you get one that really moves, those will make up for any of the losses and will be good, right? As long as you manage your positions and try to stay green and minimize losses. And that's how you stay in the game. There's so many people that try to make a fortune on every single trade that when they stop out, as many do, yeah. So, let's see. Netflix. Sorry, guys. It's looking like it's going to do a tail fill here on this. So, it might be worth doing a speculative short on Netflix if it breaks 242.20 or gets close. So, I'm going to put another stop there, another alert there. I'm going to watch this one. I'm going to pull up some options on this just to see. I mean, obviously, the futures are looking pretty weak. So it might be worth a shorting opportunity. Now, you could have shorted it from the top of that range there as it came back in. I just wasn't interested in doing that because I didn't want to see it bounce, right? But it's definitely below the 50% of the range, so worth looking there. And then we could go back and just look at some of the. That's why multiple monitors helps. But look at some of the 15 orbs too. Tesla's just getting marauded here. I might do a little something on Tesla. Because we've got levels, at least 300 that it could get to, and then below that is those 290s. I might look at a little further out of the money on Tesla. Because a lot of that news is just really bad, right? It could gap down again on Wednesday. Let's just take a look. Nah, see, they're very expensive. They're $6.90 for a put on Tesla. That it's like $10 out of the money is too much for me for Tesla. Sorry, guys. I think there's some potential here with this 15 orb down, right? Especially if you're trading shares, but with options, too expensive for me. I'm not going to do it. Boeing might give us a nice reversal here. So keep an eye on Boeing if it takes out this level here on your 15 orb. It's clearly showed it couldn't hold. So let's go back to McDonald's. It's taking the inside date down, so that's something to look at. Let's go back to Netflix real quick and see 242.41. So it is trying to take that 60 anchor down. Definitely now would be the chime. I might do a speculative. Let's see how expensive they are. They're not too bad. I'll try at 225. Gosh, it moved 2 points really quickly, didn't it? There it goes. I missed it. Well, hopefully somebody caught it as I was scanning other stuff. So that was a nice push down there. You could have probably made a little profit off of that. Qs are down 100 already. Facebook is about to go, like I said, this is the spot here where it's about to go red. And it's coming back into that spinning top area. So this is a good spot for Facebook, and the prices are probably a little bit better. Yeah, so I like 120, the 120s maybe, the weekly 120s, if I can get to it. Let me see. Cheap enough. Yeah, the $2. That's worth a shot, I think. High, as long as it stays below this 125.30, I think we're okay. Oh, there goes 125.30. Let's see. Back below. I'll speculate with one of those. Just watch that 125.30 and then see. Once this goes red, it should go down with the rest of the market, obviously. Just keep an eye on that right now. McDonald's, I don't have time to. Well, I'll put another alert on this here. Facebook does like to give you likes to test those areas like 2 or 3 times before it breaks down. So let me go there. Let's put that over 33, 35, 36. Think about it. Let's go see how McDonald's is looking. Okay, it looks like Boeing. Let me go back to Boeing real quick and see. It is taking that 15 orb down. That is more of a. It's going to be a more solid trade there. Gosh, I took it down quickly, didn't it, folks? Look at that. Low 298.56. So already went down a point there. Let's see if it holds that. Yeah, Facebook is doing it, so I'm gonna go. See if I can get in there. I put a bid out for 210. I'm not sure if it. Yeah, I got filled at $2.09 for a one Facebook put, and then so I would just have my on Facebook. I would right. I'll just have my stop essentially at the high of the day. I wouldn't even give it that much room, but. I'll give it 20 cents. Alright, well, it's moving now. The bid's at 204, so it's profitable right now. The ask just jumped to 217, so that's good. I'll just put one. I'll just put a stop market on it so I don't have to worry about it. Just like 187. And then once it starts moving, I'll move the stop up to profit on it. Yeah, I got a little bit of a bid in the market, so let's see. How's Boeing doing? Dun, dun. Boeing's coming back up. How's Tesla? Gosh, Facebook. See, it does like to test it like 3 or 4 times. Tesla was, I mean, a good move. You guys caught it right at the break there. 303 down to 295. I'm just a real quick move off that. I mean, I took my eyes off it for a second, and it went, 7 points. So just, if you guys are more of a ninja than I am, you could have caught that definitely. So, let's see what else we got. Boeing's coming up. I mean, Boeing, the market does decide to catch a bid today. Keep an eye on the high level of that 15 orb for a reversal. I'll put an alert there. Check into the chat room here, guys. Sorry. So yeah, so interesting for Clayton. Bought up GNW, I think a day ago. Nice. Google positive. Nice velocity. That's a good thing to look at. Netflix looking weak to you. Yeah. So Clayton. So let's go look at Google real quick. Google on the. Yeah. Unfortunately, so it's gonna. It already tail failed at one point here, right? So from some 281, so a good 4 points there. It looks like it's coming back down again. So hard to tell on this guy. Let's see how it looks on our pitchfork chart here. Yeah, it's got a lot of downside potential. So Donald's looking lower. Let's see how we're at. So yeah, so if it gets below this 281.19 again, Google might be a short. I'll put an alert on that. The ask gets below 281. I'm sorry, 981. Oh, it's already below it. So let's see. Facebook is getting profitable again. Just a little jumpy. Google, like I said, is breaking down here, 281.50. It's kind of hanging out around that anchor point, right? So let's say if it breaks 280 would be a good. I would say it was probably done with that tail. Did I say 280? 980. Sorry, guys. All right. Facebook is coming back in, so that's working good. I'm gonna go ahead and move my stop up to profit. And then hopefully it keeps moving. Right. There you go. That's it. There you go. Already up 7% on that trade. So, and stops are in, so I don't even have to think about it. Let's see. So next, Google kind of coming back up a little bit. Da, da, da. Amazon was no good today, guys. 13 is just no good. That's probably what pushed that market down so much. Those Qs down. Yeah, no bounce, guys. Nothing, Paul. Nothing. Let's go back to Netflix. Sorry, Clay. So yeah, so just keeping an eye on that right there. So if we can stay below that 242, it's definitely worth a look. Well, I stopped out of Facebook, but at least I had my stop up in the profit area, so that's good. Yeah, Netflix definitely looking weak. Let's see where it is on the pitchfork area. Yeah, I mean it tested that resistance and came back down. So. Not a lot of activity, but try a little Netflix there. Just because the tail fell, I got it. I got the 230 puts, the December this week's 230 puts at 4.8, so I won't give it too much room. I'll put a stop at like 4.5 or something like that. I mean, they're already profitable, so. They're already up to $5, so I'll go ahead and move my stop up on that. Woo, they're moving now. Nice one, Clayton. Alright, so that'll work. Dun -dun. I know it was a long time back, goodness gracious. Velocity, I know, sorry, thanks for pointing it out. But yeah, it bounced off that hammer, then came right back in. And that's the thing is with those hammers, right? Like you can, even here, look at Netflix. I mean, Netflix went green right off of this hammer, and then you can trade it into that hammer again, but you got to watch because that becomes pretty solid support too. And if it doesn't hold, you can try to do it 50% of the way, right? Netflix kind of coming up a little bit. I took profit on Netflix, so nothing wrong with a little profit. And that's the open, right? So you gotta assume that your thesis is going to work, and that it's going to give you follow through. And if it doesn't, don't let it pull against you, right? Take profit and get out. So, don't be stubborn in a trade. Tesla is great off that 15 orb. Let's see how Boeing's looking. And that was one of the things I told you last night, on the video, on the live stream, that, when I first started, I would take a position and, expect it to move, and I'm like, no, I'll hold on to this position. It'll go, right? And then, I find it, I get to the point where I was like, I got to get out of this thing. And then, a couple of days later, you're up at the same spot, and you're like, if I just got out, and, when it didn't move off of my initial entry, right? We pick trades that move, right? So look, I mean, granted, I didn't get to these, and it is what it is, right? But Boeing moved, right? It took that 15 orb here at 298, right, and went $3 really quickly, right? So if you could catch that, right, and move your stop up, right, you make that money. Why would you let it come against you? Why would you put your stop up here initially and then let it come all the way against you, and be stubborn with that trade? No sense in it, right? Now, granted, if you're not don't have the ability to day trade, right? Then you just have to find the absolute best daily setups, right? And still go with those, but still put your stops on it sensibly, right? So if you can't make multiple trades in a day, because of your account situation, it's okay, right? You just have to focus on a longer time frame, on a better time frame. That's where Elliott Wave really comes in and helps out too. Yep, Tesla. I mean, you just gotta be quick, like a ninja right there. I mean, that was pretty phenomenal off that 15. I mean, the first 15-minute orb, just the first 15 minutes was phenomenal, and then the fact that it went, that worked for us at 302 for 7 points right there, right? You got to take those profits as it moves. So that's the open here. Yeah, see Netflix back. You can't be stubborn, right? Netflix back up, so take your profit and go, right? Even Facebook, I moved my stop to profit. Can't be stubborn, right? It's already up $1, right? So especially at the open, but at least we're armed with how to trade that, right? So Apple's not doing good, y'all. It's not doing good. It tried earlier, but not so good. Actually, you can keep this on your watch list too. This Apple, because it'd be a good 15 orb based on that China news. So I'm gonna put that. We'll keep that on our radar for later. There might be an inside 60 or something like that, pretty close to that 15 orb later during the day that we could trade to the downside. But don't forget that we are a short day today, and done at 1 o'clock. So I had a couple good trades. So Facebook worked. It was really quick. We got out of that. Netflix worked right off the rip, and then we got out of that. So we just scalp those and move on, right? And Boeing off the 15 orb and Tesla off the 15 orb. You had to be ninjas to catch it, but if you got it, great. Move the stop to profit. Don't let it go against you. And then we'll look for entries later in the day. And that's pretty it. I mean, not really super exciting, but guess what? We didn't risk a lot, and at the same time, we didn't get caught up in the nonsense of those first 15 minutes, and that's why we used the 15 orbs and the 30 orbs. And the 30 orbs, by the way, are just closing, so we can go and scan through those real quick. We had Nike on a 30 orb. Okay, so Nike, a nice drop at the open, but now we'll watch to see if it takes that out later. If the market really pukes today, it could keep going, so we'll put an alert there. Other 30 orbs, CGC, just because the news of doing business in America. So watch this on the long side if it takes out that 30 orb, that top range there. Right, so 30 orb there. And I'll tweet these out later in the day too if they come out. Twitter with the Citron follow-up news. See how it does that? That's why we give it 30 minutes, right? Because look, craziness to the upside, craziness to the downside. Now it's kind of chopping around, right? So that's why we give day 2s 30-minute orbs, right? 30. Well, so this could go either way. And Facebook. Obviously, we've seen Facebook, but golly, look at Facebook. This might be a long. Oh man, I think Nike might have just triggered. Hold on. So we got Facebook triggering to the upside and Nike triggering to the downside. So keep an eye on both, folks. I might try a little Facebook here while we're. See how we train sentiment real quickly? Let's make sure it doesn't put in a tweezer top here, right? So you can miss trades too by looking at other trades. So sometimes it's good just to focus on 1 or 2 stocks. McDonald's really broke down like that. Took a 30-minute orb down, took the inside day down, and I totally missed it. Wait, did it take the day down? Not yet. No, yeah, it did. Took the inside day down right there. Did it? Am I reading that right? Yeah. So there it is. If you guys caught that inside day down, 173, almost down, a little over a point. So just have to see if it takes out this low here, then it's 172 with some sort of authority. Then it takes out the mother bar, right? Got an alert there. Then we've got a gap to fill. Looks like it's wanting to do it too. Low. Low here, 172.54. I'm just so much to look at here. So how's Facebook? Is Facebook still going? Yep, just got to take out that high, right? It's tough to go long anything today, right? So I'd rather look for short. So McDonald's is looking good. Nike. It's right there. So Nike's tough on options, so just to let you know, guys, they get a little spready. So, but it's got some room to go if it wants it. AES, surely. Oh, there goes Nike. Nice, Shirley. Good one on that one. That's definitely moving for you. Awesome. Yeah, Nike options. I'm sorry, McDonald's options are not even that fun to. The spreads are just nonsense. I got an alert on HSBC, by the way. Shirley. Let's see how that double inside week is looking. Not good. Forming a triple inside week, but it looks like it's wanting to potentially take out those lows of the prior week. So 40, 30. So it's 2 cents away from taking that inside week down. How do options look on that? 10-cent spreads, not too nice. I'd rather trade shares on that one. So definitely keep an eye on this one. Oh, no problem with Velocity, man. Anything I can do to help. So I know it's tough to get them all. It is. It's just when they're all clicking, it's tough. I mean, you can do stuff. You do like conditional orders and things like that. But man, Dow is down 400. I put a bid out there for the McDonald's puts. I don't think it filled. Oh no, I did get filled. I got filled at 95 cents on McDonald's. Just one, just speculatively. If I miss it, I miss it. So, but just for the gap fill, at least to try to get a couple bucks off of that is worth it. I won't give it much room. I don't give anything much room. But I do like how it's taken out that low. So it needs to try it again to keep me interested. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for this morning for the open. So as you can see, there's nothing to. Oh, what's going on, Amit? Good morning. So there's nothing to panic about, like at the open, right? Market's gonna go crazy. That's why we have our orbs to look at. Let's look at Mr. Softy here and see what that's doing. Oh, not so good, right? It's down 281, obviously gapping down with the market today. Oh, but yeah, that's nasty. Gosh, it did pivot here at the kind of near pitchfork support at the median line. Coincidentally, if the market were to reverse, this would be a good one to watch. Because it came right down here and it's back up to this 95 level. That does look pretty interesting. Sorry, I'm just. putting a stop on the McDonald's one. Put like 80 cents. Let's see. Yeah. So I am liking this Microsoft. See, I don't like how Thinkorswim does that, but here we go. Yeah, inside 15. Let's go to our candlesticks. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on Microsoft here. So, obviously putting a reversal hammer after the drop this morning with the rest of the Qs, and then it's putting it inside 15 here. So in 5 minutes, see how this closes. This inside 15 closes. If it breaks to the upside, you might get some strength there, but definitely worth watching on the 60s for today. And that's all I got, guys. So that's pretty much trading the open, looking at the orbs, looking at our 60 anchors and everything. And Facebook looks like it's breaking out now. Real quick, guys, let's take a look. Sorry, one second. Let me just that. Okay, so Facebook. Let's see if we can break out here real quick. It did do an inside 50 hammer, like I said, to the upside. It is worth watching to see if we can take out that high. It just took it out. It's worth watching to see if we could hold it. Is the key. How about the Dow was down like 400 a second ago, and now it's only down 200. Just craziness. So, how's Boeing doing? That's a big Dow stock, right? There it goes. Wait. Yep, that still hasn't done it yet. 15 orb down, just kind of holding the bottom end of the range, right? So just got to trade the actionable signals when you see them. So. Yeah, BBY. Oh, awesome, Shirley. That's great. You're crushing that one. Couldn't hold pitchfork support, broke down, retested it, and then just puked. That's awesome, Shirley. You're doing great. Congratulations on that one. Nice one too from earnings as well. So. Well, good stuff. Remember, we got a short day today, so everybody enjoy the rest of your day. I'm not going to do a video tonight because tomorrow is Christmas, so wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And but I'll be back on Christmas night to do another video just to get us prepped for Wednesday morning. So hope this is helpful, and hope you guys have a great rest of the day. And I'll tweet out ideas as I see them. So enjoy, and thanks for hopping on. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. All right, good luck today. Stay safe. Remember, know your risk first, minimize losses, and preserve your profits. All right, talk.